Hello, my name is Brenda Unu. I am level 2 Yada from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, I want to tell you about my experience in the yard. The Intentional Parents Academy, which is what we fondly call the yard, is a place that I have been in for the past 4 years. Now, I typically spend 2 years in each level because I have 4 kids and I say to myself, I'm concentrating on 2 bedtime. But it's an inside joke. So I've done 2 years in level 1 and this is my second year in level 2. And I will say to you that it has been a ride. What have I learned? The first thing is that I came to the inner circle where my kids were 13, 11, 8, and 3. And I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed was my middle name. I thought that there was something really wrong with the children and I needed help. But the first lesson I learned was that parenting was first about me, and it was me that something was wrong with, and I needed to fix me so that I could help them. Now, it was quite a humbling experience, and of course, you will hear us say in the yard that you have to first of all sow your humility agbada, because there's a lot to be learned. There's a lot to that humility can take you through, because the kids of these days they come correct, right? They spot any hypocrisy from a mile off and they call you out. So if you're not ready and you don't come correct, you will be spotted. So that's one thing the year does for us. It gave me a structure, it gave me tools, it gave me guides, and it gave me accountability and consistent education on what was new, what was trending, what was important, and what to look out for per time. Now, my 3-year-old at the time I came is one I call my TIP baby. He was really young when I joined, and so I was able to use all the systems and structures and the tools in place, and I can see the difference between him and his siblings, and so I know that this thing works. Also, I noticed that even for the older children, my daughter was already 13, I have been able to use the same systems and have been able to improve her drastically. Now, what did I do? Of course, with her, we couldn't do the exact same things because she was older and was resisting more. But with connection, I was able to build influence and lead her positively. Today, she just graduated secondary school, and her awards and all the accolades show me that something was right. So what are you waiting for? I invite you today to join us in the inner circle. We take new entries every December, and you will be glad you did. Your life will change positively. You would see the change in your children. Other people will tell you it is something that cannot be hidden, and there is no fool that argues with results. So come in and get your own results. But get ready to work, because there is work in the inner circle, but we work and it shows. So thank you. My name is Brenda Unu, a mother of 4, a mother of a 4-time Yada, and we did here.
Yes, we are live. We did here. Good morning, beautiful parents. Welcome to another rich episode of my intentional parenting journey. Today is extra special, because we are not just hosting just the parents, we are hosting a Yada father. A Yada father will be doing. And beside him is a woman of grace and deep influence. Today, we have the privilege of learning from a family whose impact goes beyond their home. Mr. and Mrs. Umeh, a movement, the incredible minds behind the Girls Hub, a movement shaping young girls, strengthening values, and redefining what wholesome influence look like. I tell you, today is that day. And boom, if you are here, drag your seat closer. Please help me welcome Mr. and Mrs. Pastor Umeh, the founder of Girls Hub. Yes, you heard me right. They are the movement raising grounded, confident girls. They are the one driving these girls, these young girls. They are the ones shaping their generation. They have walked this journey through the Inner Circle program. You heard me right. And today, we get to hear firsthand how this journey has shaped their parenting, strengthened their marriage, redefined their identity, and expanded their assignment to raising next generation. But before we dive in, please do me the honor to shout out to my mama, Coach Wendy Ologe. Mama, we love you. We honor you, ma. Thank you for giving us this pathway to grow intentionally. And if you're just watching right now, please do not forget, you have done wrong if you have not shared this wrong. If you have not shared this link, share the link. Invite a father, invite a mother, invite a mentor, anyone who needs to raise girls or boys with sense, with God. Invite them. Don't just enjoy this place alone. Don't enjoy being in this community alone. Don't enjoy being in this space alone. Invite everyone around you. Invite your nation. Invite your family, because today is that day of transformation. And I want you to know this. I want to tell you this. The Umehs are not just the founders of Girls Hub. They are not. They are the visionaries. I tell you, parents who chose to take responsibility for the next generation. They are the mentors who didn't just wait for society to show their daughter the way. They stood up and they built that path. And today, they are here to help us strengthen ours. I tell you, as you listen, as we begin to run into the main conversation of today, as we listen to the voice of the Umes, what you receive is not just information, it's alignment. It's realignment of your identity as a parent. It's a refreshment of your responsibility. And it's a reminder that transformation begins with a movement of awareness. I tell you. So today, draw yourself nearer. Listen as a spectator. Don't come here and you sit there. You want to listen as a spectator. I want you to know that you are here as a parent who is building legacy. Listen as one who knows that your children are God's assignment and contribution to the future. Thank you so much. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Umeh. We are honored to have you here. Thank you. We are so honored to have you here. Over to you, Mal. Do you want to say anything, sir? Do you want to say anything, Pastor? You want to say anything, sir? I see you.
Okay, Sinachi. Once again, I want to deeply appreciate the TIP, Coach Wendy Ologe, the Mama Cathedral herself, for this privilege of sharing on this platform. We are grateful. Coach Wendy, we welcome you. Thank you once again, and God bless you real good.
Amen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach. I was just saying, Coach had better be here. Coach better be here live. I don't want Coach in another country when I'm doing my intentional parent job. I don't want her in another nation. I want her to be here in the studio. Thank God that that she's here. Thank you for the privilege. Thank you to our marriage counselor, the governor. We also need the governor to come close, because there are some things we say we're not going to say until we come on this journey, and together, and we're so grateful. So this is the first time that my husband and I are coming together. So yes, that is a big deal for me, and I get the excitement if it's Nachi. So I'm equally excited. Thank you so much, everyone, and we cannot wait to share our journey. Hello, Coach.
Hello, Coach.
Thank you so much. I even started how to do the introduction, because who can do hype woman for me like this? Come on now. I give it up to you. There's no other person that could have done this well for me. Thank you so much for that introduction and for being here. And she had asked me this morning, oh, should I, Coach, I didn't want to come in live. I said, why? You got this thing. Let's go. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. Thank you. To the Queen Mother Nachi, do you want to be released or you want to be here? Anyone work?
No, ma. This space, ma, you are welcome. Ma, this space belongs to you today. I would have to take my leave. Welcome, ma. We really appreciate you for showing up today, ma. We do not take it for granted. Right. I'm going to sit back and learn.
All right. Thank you so much, Nachi. It is so amazing to actually have you right here. They will make Pastor Umeh and Mrs. Umeh. I call her Mrs. Umeh. When I call her Mrs. Umeh, she knows that the story is becoming very, very serious. I think I have my intentional parenting journey on behalf of Pastor and Pastor Business. I don't know whether I will start my journey. Let me tell the story myself. That's why I didn't want to come here. I will not be telling the story. Yes, you're listening to my best girl and her husband. Shout out to her. And yes, this is how we do it. So inner circle is that space that every time I think about it, I actually remember my friend Auntie Etima. And, I remember when I had said that inner circle is going to start. I don't think she understood what I was saying, actually. So my friend has that thing of whether you understand or you don't understand, let's be going first. That's what the covenant requires, but let's go. Yeah. When we along the line, we will understand it. Chevis, we are here. And yes, Auntie Etima will proudly say that she is Yada 001. And yes, trust me, that is what it is. Nobody takes that seat away from my friend, please. And that is how we actually shout it. And Pastor Umeh is my big brother. You know that person that you can run to and go and say, I just need to just snap a finger and Pastor appears in my office. Even though my friends think that I'm using jazz on him, which is okay. But I just snap a finger and he just appears. He wraps around my finger. I love it. Pastor is that one voice, that one person that I just would rely on any time, any day. And he's been such a blessing to us. And like I said, I have my own journey. Maybe I should share my own journey, with them. And but I'm going to allow Pastor and Umeh to share their journey. They are the founders of Girls Hub, and Girls Hub has been a blessing to me particularly. I love Girls Hub. I love everything about Girls Hub. My friend knows. That's why I'm even wearing Kuku wearing pink stuff. I said, she be the girls and be like girls today. So yes, I came. They are wearing Intentional Parenting Academy uniform. I'm wearing Girls Hub color. Let's go. So yes, thank you again to the Umeys. Auntie Tima, maybe Auntie Tima is going to take the floor and start off on the conversation to let us know. There will be a lot to learn. Auntie Tima is a teacher. Pastor, so you understand when it is that you're listening to people who can teach. So please get your pen, get your paper, begin to write, and let us get this in here. And Tetima, over to you. What has the yard been like? Since you are the one that have been here from the beginning to the end. Because you are here from the beginning to the end. All right. Tell us, about your experience in the yard and what it's been like.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach. I actually wanted Pastor to start, but no problem. Let me start. So, yes, and such a privilege to be that 001 yarder. I would say that my experience has been in phases. I mean, it's just been going from one level to another. So, like Coach said, this was me. I just joined. I just heard we are doing inner circle. I said I'm inside while the class was still going on. That's how I do my own. As the class is going on, I don't delay. So all the while, so we have known Coach for many, many years. We have known Coach from the beginning. And we've also watched her transition. You know how somebody is so close to you, and then all of a sudden, this person is doing ministry, doing business, doing this, doing impact. Sometimes it's all muddled up, and you cannot differentiate which is which. But I've always had that discipline. In fact, my daughter was saying recently, and mom, it's true. You've always been close to Coach Wendy. Even before she became Coach Wendy, I said, it's like that. I don't used to do analysis. I don't used to do analysis. It's not like you knew she was going to be this big and everything. I've always just followed. Like I knew that my destiny, our lives, our family and everything was tied to the Ologe. So we're very grateful for that. So this was me. I just joined anyhowly, just willing to go on it. But along the way, I also discovered that my intentional parenting journey was part of my own assignment, my business, my life, every single thing. Do you know that I didn't even know before that the quality of my parenting was going to affect the quality or the outcome of my marriage, my business, and my ministry? I thought there were four different aspects. Do you understand? Your marriage this way, your parenting this way, your relationship, even my relationships. See, an intentional journey, an intentional parenting journey is linked to every aspect of your life, including your spiritual life. I am Spirikoko. This my friend, Coach, is the one that gave me that name. She's one of them. She just say, hey, my Spirikoko friend. I didn't even know that my intentional parenting, so intentional parenting, replace it with intentional living, because how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
When you stop to look at it as I am in the yard, this is my parent, and you start to look at it as this is me, this is my life, that is when you will see the change. So yes, you came here because of your parenting. You came here because of your children. Many of you that say, I came here because of my children. Oh, I remember those days, Coach would say to me that something happened with my daughter, and Coach said, Nne, you have lost connection with this girl. I'm like, what is joining what just happened with connection? By that time, inner circle had not started. But as she went on to explain, I began to understand that This thing, he joined. When coach and I, would do an analysis or review about my business, there was one thing always missing, an intentionality. Look, this thing I'm telling you, including my friendships, including my relationships, including the way I would respond. Yes, I'm not someone that has a problem with, honor, as it were. I'm not someone that has a problem with relationship, but nothing was done intentionally. Everything was just done naturally. And no, the higher you go in life, you cannot do things ordinarily. You cannot do things naturally. Oh, it just comes off to me easy. No, you have to be super intentional about it. And that was why 2 years ago I made the statement. How can you know what you don't know? How do you know what you're supposed to know? How can you know all those things unless you are fixed into a system? I feel like saying everything at the same time. But one thing I've come to understand is that as long as you will just decide to be intentional about yourself. Some of us feel like, oh, the matter is too long, and that's why we feel like there's a time to leave the yard. There's no time to leave the yard because your life keeps evolving every day. I was telling coach that when I used to hear that people used to cry during webinar, I used to be like, why are they crying? Not like the inner circle, not like the webinar did not touch me, but like, so what now made you cry? And I used to feel like some people say their own is not
They
too
are too
much.
emotional.
What is it? Why they not cried? I don't understand. Last week, I was in the class. I just started shedding tears. My husband was opposite me. He was confused. First of all, we're listening on two different devices. I went to his office. I said, sir, I'm sorry to sound selfish, but your own audio is disturbing my own audio. Please, sir, take it down. I don't want trouble. He was like, who kind of wildlife? So inside the same class, all of us are in. That was how serious I took that class. At the end of the class, I just started shedding tears. And I now understand. It was a class that when I was done, I wanted to just go up to Goshen Guest House. I even had venue. I wanted to just go to Goshen Guest House in Nasarawa State, shut the door, off the phone, nobody should talk to me. That's how intentional I've become. And I'm a sanguine. Coach says that my sanguine is like 70 or 80%. I agree. I'm like full blown out there, happy go, happy, but the intentional parent has made me humble myself. It has made me always think about myself first before my daughters, before my son, before my husband. It has made me actually sit and say, okay, this marriage, before in the marriage, I used to feel like I got it. After all, I'm the one that is always quick to respond. I just came to that space where I said, you know what? Your husband supports you so much more than you support him. The day I got that revelation, I was embarrassed. When you're embarrassed at yourself. So like really, you've been seeing yourself. When Ife Sinachi said the founders of the girls up, is the truth. My husband and I founded the girl. Everything that we found together. But because I'm just that person, that I'll just be going. I'll just be going. Are you coming? Come, or I'll be going. This year, I just decided that you know what? You cannot go further than the togetherness of your marriage, the oneness of your spouse. You can't go further than that. So if you think that I got you can hear first, it doesn't matter. What matters in the eye of God is that you are together. He wants to see the two of you together. And so even when pastor now had to come, this is something. Look, I'm just mumbling everything. Let me just say it as it's coming to me. This is something I have believed God for years. Let me just say 20 years, because we've been married for 20 years. I've always wanted to do stuff with my husband, but I didn't know that the posture I was taking was otherwise. I was taking the posture of you got it, be going. And my husband is like, okay, you got it, be going, ma. I will just support you from the back. And I know that's not what I wanted, but that's what I was showing. So being in the inner circle made me intentional about my every move. I always wanted Pastor to work from the same space with me, not office here, office. They wanted to work together, but I was not going about it well. When I began to align everything, the day he said he was going to resume in the office, I sent Coach a message. I said, hey, it has happened, it has happened, it has happened. He said, did you fight? I said, I did not fight. In fact, before he came, I moved my seat, I moved my picture, I just moved myself, I just relocated. He came and was like, I said, sir, please take your rightful place. I'm very, very okay with the team here. And I was fine. I'm sure he's hearing me for the first time. I did not need to tell him. All I know is that this is what and how it should be. I just realized that my husband's presence was miracle. I'm telling you, it was like, oh, so we have not even listened to the voice note of today because we're preparing for the session. My husband's being around was already miracle enough. He does not talk too much, but the little he would say, just one question, and those were things I was unintentional about. I was unintentional about, listening to in the couples conclave, we call it the silent voice of your spouse. I was not paying attention to those things. So even though he's not talking too much, even if I now have to tell him, say, "Honey, you must say something, sir," because if you are not saying something and things are happening, how much more when you now say the thing, sir? Please speak. And I've seen this thing change. People have come to me and said, Tetima, we have noticed something. No, people have not started noticing anything. Just wait first. When I bring out all the intentionality in me that has been built over the years, which is something I want to say. Intentionality is built. It's not something just come, hey, I'm not intentional. Over the years, you will start, even our children came back. They were like, what's happening here? I don't understand. The kind of high-class gossip our children gossiped us. The gossip was not a small gossip. They were gossip. What we don't understand. What is, and we have been in the inner circle for how many years? I joined first, yes. Pastor joined and he'll share how he joined. But you can be doing something, and I don't feel, I won't say I don't feel bad. Like, I'm glad for the process. I also love that, I have transitioned and that my children have seen me transition. Yes, could I have done it better earlier? Yes. However, that is why it's called a journey. So I have seen that, just being intentional myself has started to rub off on our marriage, our children. Everybody just feels like, okay, we can't do so now. Our daughter will come to us and say, how are we doing? Because before, let me snitch my husband. Do that. I have to snitch you now. I'm the telly girl in our family. Ebuka is the telly one, telly boy in his family. I'm the telly girl. My husband used to do apart. That's what I call it. My husband used to do apart a lot. So he will say, you, and I'm like, which one is you? Why you? Thank God for the conclave. The conclave was the one that modeled that mafia. We wanted to be our mafia couple team. The couple conclave was the one that, modeled that we. Nobody told my husband. He started saying we. So how are we? So do you know a little thing like that? A little intention, just because that's an intentionality. A little intention, like changing I to we, did a lot. Because it showed that we are in this together. So there was one day I dragged my husband. My children were dragging me. My husband was there. I said, sweetheart, how could you do this to me? How? You just left 3 smart, full-blown teenagers. My children are not 6, 7, and 8. Oh. My children are 15, 16, and 18. We were in a ride. You allow them drag me from the beginning of the journey to the end. Honey, you did not do well. Sir, you did not do well. I felt betrayed. from that day, my husband became so super. And I gave him reasons, and he saw reasons with me. And that was how we started to do the we thing. Before, if our children do anything, my husband will just be watching. He'll make his comments when he likes and how he likes. Now, we will say, okay, this thing that happened. So that's why Discipline is Not an Emergency is one of our favorite books. We don't now rush to correct again. We'll enter the room. See the way we enter the room. Let's go. Enter the room, block the door. Yeah, how do we do it? Okay, we including what to say and the intentionality. You will say it like this. Then me, I will not. So the thing was looking like we're acting. That's why our children were confused. For example, we started something. When somebody does something, we don't do group corporal training again. The one person we want to talk to, we say, okay, you guys, bye. We'll keep that one person in between two of us. The way that thing works, we'll just keep you in the middle of two of us. We'll start to talk. So there's no other sibling to give you power. You cut off that your feathers. You sit down. As we planned it, I will start. My husband will enter. My husband, do you know the miracle that thing did for us? It did us a miracle because, okay, so for something like hair, that I've been going back and forth with my second daughter, my husband, we just had a strategy. My husband just went aside speaking to her and said, look at this, your natural hair. You look so beautiful. My daughter was like, oh, something I have been battling for years. See, until your spouse, whether husband or wife, joins you in the yard, you will not understand. When your spouse, I'm not saying is in the yard though, I'm talking about joins you in the parenting, because my husband has been in the yard for like, say, 2 years. But until he joins you, until you are on the same page, there's still a level you cannot attain. There's a level of ease. I mean, you start to soar when your spouse is on the same page with the same voice with you. So not that one person is saying you can, another person is saying you cannot, or another person's posture is saying it's okay. Because I told my husband, I said that you're not saying anything feels like you are allowing it. And it's not like I'm perfect, because thinking about it, my husband's strength, he's the consistent person. He's the one that can do one thing for 365 days. Me, I'm not consistent, but I'm the creative person. However, the two of us still had issues, because at a point I was detaching. I was there but not there, because I'm like, if you're not here, so what is it? So at a point it was just anyhow until we both decided this decision is two of us. We will get on it together. Do you know we had a challenge with our second daughter? Every day, Betty one will enter one teacher's case inside our school. Every day, every time, Betty. This girl is a leader. This girl is so much, and she's close to her dad. She said her father is a favorite parent. I said, sir, why are you wasting this title? This title now. They didn't give me the title. They gave you the title, and you are not using the title. Sir, come, let's use this title together. As we speak, we still called Matron yesterday. Matron said, no issue with Betty. Betty is very, in fact, Betty is
very perfect.
Betty is wonderful. This is Betty that we had to call 10 teachers to get the testimony of Betty, because Betty said that no, the teachers were picking on her. Mommy, they are the ones, they don't like me. I say, Betty, hey. My husband said, only let's call the teachers. Oh yeah, let's pick. We call random. All of them said the same thing. Betty is strong-willed. She's the gang leader. She's the ring leader. She's the one in the front. We have entered. Oh, Betty has got to put us inside trouble. We started to work on Betty. They say Betty is now. She has even started acting as practicing as a prefect. Betty that told us that she's not interested in prefecture. That what is it that prefecture will stress her? This one, we say, how inside this house? They look at what being intentional in our marriage has done for us. That's the greatest testimony this year, that we're able to not just parent together, parent with one. Sometimes we'll argue about our different postures. Oh no, do that. But when we decide that this is the one, we will go out with that one. And so the argument time reduced, the everything time reduced. Coach, I'll end with this one. After that last class of um creating an implementation plan, while I was in that mood, I was like, God, where do we start from? Where? Yes, we are on it, but there's still some issues with the foundation. When the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? The righteous can rebuild it again. And I heard the Holy Spirit. I told my husband, I said, see what I'm hearing. The Holy Spirit said, destroy your foundation and start again. Rebuild. Our first daughter is 18, second one 16, third one 15. Rebuild foundation care. We'll start again. So now the plan is that we will start to raise our children like their toddlers. So basic things that they were supposed to know as children, we're not going to assume that they know it. We'll start from there. You understand that kind of thing? Things like written. It's not like they are not doing it, but no, we want to get the foundation right. So we are going back to, we're not going to say, oh, well, I've been married for 20 years. We got it. We've been in the inner circle from beginning. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to humble ourselves, and we're even going to tell our children that, you know what? We're rebuilding this family again. The joy is that we have the tools to rebuild. We are not confused. We know where to go. And anything we need, we'll just go to this tool, pick it up, put it down. In fact, my husband now called and said, you know what? We need to be having a weekly meeting. If we call it meeting, our first daughter will call, I'm in university. I have tests. I have assignments. I'm busy. It's a lot. Change it to weekly hangouts. So we want to tell you what's going on in our lives and what's going on here at home. We don't want it to be as if, hey, we're coming to reparent her. We're coming to drag her. She will not come. That's what I'm saying about intentionality. We have to talk about it. Look at it from the in to the out. What's the aim? What's the goal? How will we deploy? How will we execute and all that? And once we threw it to her, she was going to say, really? Aspect, which one is this? And we're like, don't worry. We don't want you coming back and missing any detail of anything. So every week we'll just touch base. We call it touching base. We just hang out and just touch base. By the time your brother joins the university, there will be a system. There will be something that we have to build on. And she's like, okay, let's go. So you see, these are all the things that have come together and have, are most transformational for me. I am so blessed that I don't have to talk too much before. I will explain. Now, if I just tell my husband, I think, okay, how? Where? So they speed. When your spouse is parenting with you, the kind of speed you will accomplish, because you're not dragging much. There's no, hey, it was you. You were the one. You are the one. You just align and you just start running. So because of that, you are accomplishing much in your parenting. I was telling my husband, see if we should have app only for two of us. Let's just have an app. The app will tell us, okay, it's time to go for date. Oh, it's time to talk to this child. Oh, just two of us. Let's just have app. And you see the way things will triple, it will just become exponential. It will just move. So over to you, sir. Oh my God.
Okay. Once again, I would like to thank everyone that is listening to us this morning. And also shout out to Coach Wendy. I've seen God, our marriage counselor, online too. Now, I would like to start with this quote. There is no right time to make a U-turn when you are traveling on the wrong road. The time you discover that you're on the wrong road, the best thing for you to do is to make a U-turn. It doesn't matter if your if your children are toddlers, they are teenagers, or they are even married. You can still restart afresh, make a U-turn. Just like my wife rightly said, if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? The best thing the righteous has to do is to just go back, rebuild the foundation. There is no gain in building on the wrong foundation. If the foundation, and you say, I want to continue building on it anyhow, what you will have at the end of the day is when the storm comes, the house will crumble. And at that time, it's going to be late. People will now see your nakedness. And that's what is happening to most family. That you hear children, they have gone haywire, the parents cannot even correct them anymore again because they saw that this foundation was wrong. They continue building on it, hoping that somehow this thing will get better. Nothing gets better with chance. So nothing ever get better with chance. Things only will get better when you do the right thing. And doing the right thing will require you to humble yourself. I like the slogan in the inner circle that says, come with your humility, agbada. The Bible says, if my people that are called by my name will humble themselves, until you humble yourself and turn from that your wrong way you have been going, nothing will ever change. And the truth is this, the children that you are parenting will equally notice when you have made a U-turn.
Truly.
Just like my wife said, the children by themselves came back one day as they were just talking. They said, Daddy, some things have changed though. You have become more romantic. In fact, in the voice of three of them, just, Daddy, you have become more romantic. You don't used to be like this before. I said, the only thing that is consistent with life is change. I have known a better way to do things so that this family can move forward.
Yeah.
The truth is this, if you get it wrong in the house front, every other thing will be wrong. I would like to borrow the word of our father, the bishop. He said, if it's well with you in your home, it will it will well with you everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh, that's from the prophet. Everywhere.
This will just be well. So if your house is not in order, forget it. Your business will be affected. Your marriage will be affected. Even your ministry will be affected. Because it's somebody who is at rest and at peace. Because the Bible says when you are at rest and in peace, that is when the Lord will return to you. You are not at peace in your home. Your children are giving you concern. There is no way your business will ever work. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You might like to just bone-face it and say, oh, when I get to work, things will definitely, you'll be thinking about it when you're at work. That, how did I get this thing wrong? So the best thing for you to do when you realize that these things have gone wrong, you need to make a U-turn immediately. You are going to Lagos and you decide to face Kaduna, the best place you might arrive is Niger Republic, or maybe continue like that until you get to the desert, an unknown destination. But when you realize you are going to the wrong direction, you turn back immediately and start facing where you are going to, where you are going. So there is no time that you say this is the right time. So whenever you discover you are the wrong, make a U-turn. And that is why, and you cannot know when you are the wrong except you are in a community that shows you the way. And that is why the local parlance that say, follow who knows road. Follow. Because when you are there, it's not only what you are hearing from Coach Wendy. In fact, I learned a lot even from women sharing their intentional parenting journey. In fact, at a point, I was like, what is going on? All these women have taken off in a flight. Where are the men? So when I started seeing the men, but that's the reality now. It seems that women have taken over everywhere. Women are gaining more knowledge and they are moving forward. But the men have now recluse themselves and decide to stay behind. Until men take their rightful place, the home might never go well. I was looking at the case of Eli. When God came to Eli, nobody heard about Eli's wife. When they were in the wrong, it was Eli that God questioned. And when the repercussion came, He
Him
fell
too.
upon the children, and him too partook of the consequence of it.
Yes.
So until men start taking their rightful place in the scheme of things in their home, things may never go well with that home. The women can only try. So whatever it takes for you to ensure that your husband joins you in this parenting journey, whether it's a outer yada or he's an inner yada, but somehow let him be on the same page with you. Things might never work out, because there is what the voice of a father does even in the life of the children. The woman can only talk. She can shout, and yet they will just say, mommy is just talking. But when the man stands up and say, boy, daughter, you have to go like this, you have to go like, even if it's one statement, you will see them begin to align. I notice it with our children. Once I say, go like this, even when they were resisting it before, somehow, I don't know what makes them to just decide, maybe because of the connection with the father and the daughter. You will just see them. I don't want my daddy's trouble. Let me just go and do it. Whichever way, get them to do the right thing and let things continue to work the way it should work.
Amazing, amazing. You are listening to my big brother and his amazing wife, who is my best girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is, I told you that we're listening to Pastor Mrs. Umeh. Of course, when Pastor, we're listening to Rema. Me, I was writing. You can see that my head was bent down. I'm writing. I don't know about you. I'm a student forever. Those of you that say you got it. You've been married for 30 years. So you got it. Congratulations to you. We got nothing. We are gathering it as we are going. So as we are going, we are gathering it. So we rather be on the gathering journey than be on the place where we just say, oh, we just got it. And Auntie Tima said something, that I had to write down. She said intentionality is built over time. I was explaining something to my team. I think that was yesterday or so, I think to someone. And I was saying that for you to build a system of your muscles in the gym, you must have actually gone to the gym for a long time. I was in the gym with my friend and Coach Ebuka when we traveled over the weekend. And we were doing squats together. And I was like, it was so easy to me. I was like, I can do 100 of this squat, at a go. And I realized it's because I've done this for almost 4 years. 4 whole years. I built momentum. I can't break carrying any weight. I can't break. I will just, I built resilience. So it takes you time. I remember the first time that I carried a 20 kg dumbbell. I wanted to die. You know how somebody wants to die? I wanted to faint. Now, it's me. When I actually load the weight on this thing to actually do my squat, it looks like, why is this small girl? I will carry a 70 kg. Why is this small girl with this small body would carry weight that is almost like her weight? It's not because I woke up and I'm able to do it. It's because over time, I've been able to build the muscle to do it. It's the same thing with being in the inner circle. In fact, this thing that maybe because I'm very close to the speakers of the morning, and allowing them to actually share their journey from their own point of view. But when they were talking about their second daughter, I couldn't help but laugh. And they've been in the inner circle all the while. But you will see that there's a lot of changes in this year. Like Auntie Tima was saying, it's not how long you've been there. Your own might hit you on your 6th year, on your 7th year, on your 8th, as you're going, you're beginning to pick it because it works over time. Auntie Tima, you have shared a bit of the experiences that you have and some of the things that that happened. But I would like you to go deeper. Can you state in specific terms how the inner circle have helped you in any area of your life? Marriage, parenting, work, whichever area you want to share with us now. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so one of the ways I would just, of head talk about will be my relationship with my first daughter. She's a madam. She is strong-willed. In fact, I was telling her that I don't know how all three of you are cholerics. And then my husband will not say he's not doing parenting with me. Now you're inside the parenting. You are the one that brought choleric into our family. You distributed it to all the children. Now you say you are gentle by the side. You are not, sir. You are inside. And I remember, was it 2 years ago, when Coach mentioned that a time will come when you would grow from mother to mentor to matriarch. And I've seen myself in that space. Recently, I had to tell recently, so it was Coach and Coach Ebuka, when we traveled, Coach David, were talking about, it was actually I and Coach David got Coach Ebuka into the conversation, talking about God reintroducing people to you. And one of those days, so we had a group that my daughter opened for 2 of us, which was another wonderful thing. She was like, wow, why don't we have one group so that I just report to 2 of you at the same time instead of this person and that person? And she came on the group to tell us that, she was nominated to be class governor in her school. Is a big deal. And I heard the Holy Spirit say something like, I need to reintroduce your daughter to you. I need to help you know who this girl is. And that's what I think it's Coach Omolola, was saying at the TIP conference and all that. And I was okay. But then as I was thinking about it, I realized that she also we need to be reintroduced to her. Because sometimes, and this is for me, this is one big thing. It's like when Coach teaches, who are you parenting? That is like an introduction of your child to you. I said, no, you need to go. And because sometimes I felt like my daughter did not really know who we were. You know how you just feel like, mommy. Yesterday she called me, she was like, hey, mommy, the queen mother herself, the world's best. I'm like, has the reintroduction started? Because sometimes we'll give our daughter counsel and it will just be like, you people have come. The other day she said to us on the group that, you people are supposed to guide me now. You're not supposed to instruct me. I'm like, what's the difference? Madam, what's the difference? Instruction is a form of guidance. And one thing I noticed was that the way we were communicating to her, my daughter is choleric. She dey like banter. Igba. Shebi, you come, let's go. So we just realized that it won't work with her. When something happens, we need to step back and look at the whole picture. There was something that happened 2 months ago. She was resisting an instruction. We're just busy talking everything on the group. Hey, you're supposed to. Hey, she said, people are giving me mental health. I said the same things I'm teaching. My mental health. Daddy and mommy, you're affecting use your talk is affecting my mental health. We had to sit back and say, okay, we're not getting this thing right, though. We're not getting it right because we're not getting to her. And we're losing from both ends. Strategy is one thing that the inner circle has helped me with. Strategy. You see, when Coach says that your family is like an organization, it's not a lie. You can't say because it's just your child, you will just come anyhowly. No. Strategy, I mean meeting. I mean Google Docs. I mean books. I mean how? Where? Strategy. The Holy Spirit has, in the inner circle we say system, structure. I'm going to come to system. We talk about system, talk about structure, we talk about strategy, etc. Strategy. How do we accomplish this? It's a strategy. The second thing will be systems. Coach, I'm not lying. And honestly, guys, this thing is deep. Do you know Coach has been talking about system? I didn't quite get, and maybe some of you are here, you're saying, hey, the system, their system and structure, you might not really understand what that means. I was teaching, and you see how the inner circle has now synced into my work. I was teaching 2 girls that I have doing the gap year with me. And then all of a sudden, the concept of systems came alive in me. So I was teaching them about, we're talking about their fears and their anxiety going into college. And I heard, your fear is a result of your ignorance. You will be afraid of what you do not know, what you do not know how to do. I say, so for you to deal with your fears, your anxieties, your struggles, you need to create a system to help you to go through it. Let me explain. So one of them said, oh, I'm concerned that when I go to school, I'll no more be on hot for God. I said, okay. So what's the system to be hot for God? You need to take your Bible study seriously. You need to ensure that you have a fellowship to go to. You're going to church. That's the system. And as I was talking, the Holy Spirit say, yes, you're welcome, ma. This is what I've been trying to teach you since with the inner circle. This thing I'm telling you is not long ago. I was embarrassed again. See, So when you say, I want our children to take instructions, what's the system? What's the system for taking instruction? You see, every complaint you have, if you don't answer the system question, if you don't answer that, what is the system that they will use? This thing I'm telling you, I say, I just learned it's not long. I came and met my husband and say, okay, including, you see, everything I complain about, there is no system for it. Or there's a system and you have not acknowledged there is a system. We want to be going on dates. What's the system? Set alarm. I mean, I'm privileged to be in the mastermind. And I realized I've never missed the only day I missed the mastermind for a few minutes, one part of my system helped me to bring it to come around. What is the system? Set an alarm. Tell my PA to remind me in case my alarm does not blow. My accountability partner, everything in place. See, until you, as coach is talking, and this is the missing link. When you come for the webinar, don't just shout, fire, hey, fire, hot. Don't just say, hey, there's oil on your head. Don't just shout, hey, I'm in tears, I'm on the floor, I've written 10 pages. You see those your pages? If what you are writing is not a system to make it work, it will reach another webinar. So even though one thing you do, like for us, after the implementation, one thing we did was we will be having meeting we'll be having hangout, touch base every Friday. That's a system. If there is no system please, the meaning of system is plans to make what you have decided to do work. Okay, we told ourselves that we didn't miss any of, I think maybe 1 or 2 webinars throughout this year. For next year, we want to face book reviews. What's the system? Okay. We want to face voice notes. We will listen to voice. Remember, we now go to work together. Oh, hi, boy. We now use one car. We will listen to our voice notes on our way driving. We will do our book review every Thursday. That's the system in place. It's not, hey, we'll parent to, let me talk like Otebuka. Hey. We'll parent to go, hey, we are together. It's not. This is your togetherness. What is the system? What is the system? Means thing. What are the things that you would do to get that thing done? It has to be stated. Set alarm. Now I say we want to have app. Where is Mr. Ogaji? Come and help us. We need mini app, couple app, family app. We need family app. Please, sir. Let us pay and get family app so that the children too, and thinking about it. That's it. Oh, we have not done our we were doing well with our couples, activities. Then we started to miss it at a point. So now we're looking, what is the system? We need to have a day for couples. This we looked at our money click. We say, hey, this money click. Oh, what is the system to make? See, without systems, and it's not a cliche. Oh, I'm not sounding like broken record. This system, I'm hearing system. Without an active system that you follow, it will not. My husband used to be a very early sleeper. I say, sir, you cannot be sleeping early with teenagers in your house. So it will not work.
Very correct.
Because teenagers are active and they are borders. They only have 3 weeks with you. If you sleep early, when will you after we went to work? How, sir? So this is something that we have always thought about, sleeping time. I sleep first, you sleep later, I sleep. It was not working. We had to create a system to stay awake for some hours so that you can, because that's when the gist is flowing. You are now missing in the gist. So I'll come and be giving you a bit of what happened in the night. He did not know the gist. To create a system to stay awake, sir. Close at this time, sleep, catch a nap, come back, wake. The day I don't wake him up, he's upset. You made me to miss system. The system to connect with your children is to stay awake. It's a system. It's a plan. So a system is like a plan that you have set up to make things work. That is what the inner circle has done for me. Now we know that okay, so another thing I will snitch my husband. Now he's doing Big Brother with coach. He's doing Twin Brother with golf. Those days, and it's him that introduced me to them. Oh, I have to snitch you, sir. Let's go and do sleepover. Let's go, my husband. Hey, oh, my husband is melancholic. He just likes his space. He not that he doesn't want to connect with you, but he doesn't want to do it. So I say, sir, we have to. So now we have it. Now my husband is the one that said, oh yeah, let's move. I'm like, hey, you will pack the bags. Wow. He'll pack the bags. What are we wearing? Okay, call governor. This is wonderful. This is marvelous. This is marvelous to me.
What the Lord has done.
This particular one is marvelous to me. And I didn't know that my children's resistance to many of the things was coming from, daddy doesn't do too. Like, this thing is burdening daddy. He's coming, but he's not happy to call. His face is straight, including how he keeps his face. He says, sweetheart, where's your face, please? Sorry, your face is please. So I came back from a trip. This is a conversation that is ongoing. And I noticed that the system around how we receive each other from trips is not okay. The pickups, the arrival at home, is not okay. I say it's something we need to rework both ways. Yeah, I know that I travel more, but he also travels. So as I was trying to say, hey, he did not. I say, Yunko, the few times he traveled, how did you do it? So I now saw, hey, system. That's the conversation I said we need to have.
I could say this. This is really what it did.
System. The system of travel. You see how the intentionality is spilling. The system. How are you received? How is food served? What happens? The conversation. Everything. If you leave it to chance, it will chance you. Anything, it will don't chance you like this. You will see you'll be unhappy. Meanwhile, it was just a system place. Okay, so this is what it's going to be when, I remember one day someone put it on Facebook and say, oh, Shana, I was sat down and say, okay, we're going to intentionally pick each other from the airports. That's a system. And me, I was like, I beg, so for them, that's it. For us, what should it be? How do I want to be received? Oh, I came, he has changed the bed sheet, he has cleaned the room. That's part of a system. I was happy to see that, but I want more. So we go back to the system aspect of that thing. So every time you want something, even if it has to do with your children, your business, or even there's some things that our staff do. And my husband will want to start dragging them. I said, honey, we didn't create a system for it. You can't drag them. It's unfair to drag somebody for something you have not put a system in place for. That's why I couldn't drag my husband about the trip, because there was no system. I couldn't say, honey, why did you say that? Or why didn't you do that? Which one is, or see, why didn't you? Was there a system? It's unfair, honestly speaking. It is wickedness to demand something from someone that you have not put a system for. It is some. You can leave me alone. You can't avoid me. It is unfair. And it was when coach asked this question that it dawned on me that that's one major change. And that's why before I used to drive my husband like generator, I'll just be dragging. And then I now realized that you are dragging for something. I mean, it's wickedness. And that's what many mothers are doing here. That's why our husbands are not here.
Yeah.
Because you're dragging them for something. You did not put a system in place. You didn't say, okay, honey, you know what? I did. Maybe you will say how he joined. He joined by himself, all by himself. Because before I was there, hey, trying to blackmail, see threats. Two things that don't work with men. I've been wanting my husband and I to be doing gym together. We did it once, small, stopped. After that, I came. I threatened. I even told him one day, there's a way some men were looking at me at the gym. He said they will be all right. Hey, say that one did not work. Not that they were not looking, they were actually looking. We did not touch him. I said, hey, the gym, the girls, it did not. Nothing worked until I put system in place. I put the plan. I put the, how we will, the system of the movement, of everything was in place. My husband just came in. No drama. You see that fight you don't want to fight, it's only when you put system in place. I'm not saying you should enable your husband. Hey, I've been talking to him, he's not listening. What's the system of speech? I know the things that will interest him. I know the things that will stand out to him. It's part of the system. I'll bring it in place. My husband does not want to fail as a father. That's one thing I know. He does not want to fail as a father. She is a pastor now. You now be preaching, and he sees what happens with pastors' children. He's saying it. So I put that as part of the system. Today, now that pastors are coming to say, hey, Pastor Umeh, that kind of thing. I'm like, people should just avoid me. Let us be doing this thing and be going. So putting systems in place, even systems in place. I started from my first daughter, systems in place to stay connected to her. Because, my daughter turned 18 and started giving me this vibe of. So that I say, I need to know who I need to really know who your close friends as we speak now. Mommy, why does that matter? I say, Mama, it matters.
It matters.
It matters a lot because your friends are a gate. She say, I say, hey, you'll be all right. I left the conversation there. My husband and I say, okay, you see now, I'm putting a system to make it not just random on the phone, because it's not before. We'll just be telling her, yes, the reason why we're telling you that we need to know your friends even in university is because then she will counter you, court. We said there's no need. Let's go back, help her understand the whole system of friendship. So that is what the inner circle has done for me. It has helped me systemize, even though sometimes I don't already know it. We don't already have it all figured out. We just know that what we are looking for is the system. We want to have a great Christmas. Okay, what's the system we're going to use? Is it the mornings, the nights? Is it the clothes? My daughter was already saying, hey, what are we wearing for the Christmas? So it's still coming in bits and bits. When we put it in fully, everybody, you see that there will be no fight. Everybody will just. So that's what I would say the inner circle has done for me.
Amazing. Somebody says, I love the practicality of this testimony. Pastor Umeh, my very own big brother. You want to add something? Over to you, sir.
The wind is boisterous, according to Coach. But we'll get to the other side.
Yes,
our ship will not sink. We get there. This storm will be calm, and we'll get to the other side. Now, the inner circle, it has done a lot for me, even before I joined. Just that this one that my wife used to drag me like generator then. Somehow the thing used to enter small. If we enter, I will just go back and I'll sit down quietly and meditate on it. I'll come back with a way to implement whatever she has said. Now, coming into the inner circle, one of the things that inner circle has done for me is that it has helped me to kind of the myths behind parenting and the beliefs were shattered. You will come into inner circle with certain beliefs and myths. Like our parents did not go through inner circle.
Yes.
We all turned out well. It's not true. We did not turn out well. Oh. We didn't turn out well. We are traumatized. A lot of trauma. Some things that we are doing is as a result of the trauma that we are carrying around. Yeah. By the time I entered the inner circle, some of those beliefs and myths were shattered. And another thing the inner circle did for me was there are things you are doing out of ignorance. And the Bible says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And when you don't have knowledge, what you have is capital ignorance. A capital one, no, that's what you have. And you are now proceeding in that your capital ignorance. You are not just destroying your family, you are destroying yourself first. Because parenting starts with you before it translates to your children. So that ignorance is already destroying you. So one of the things that inner circle helped me to achieve was that ignorance of how to parent and parent well. Inner circle was able to help me to shatter it. And then help me to start putting systems, structures, strategies, and skills in place on how to get this thing done. You see, you say the Bible says something about not knowing how to enter a city. It said the labor of the foolish, read every one of them. They don't know how to enter. See, if you don't know how to do something, ignorance, lack of knowledge is a great killer. Yes. You will just stay there and be walking and walking and walking, struggling, and nothing is working. But when you are in a system where you have seen how these things are being done, little work, little effort, you will see great results. Until you begin to put system in place and apply strategy and skills to it. Yeah. You might stay very long at that riverside, like that man that was there for 38 years. Your little will be saying, I have no man to help me. No man will help you until when you have your system in place. No man will help you until there is a strategy on how they will help you. No man will ever help you until there is a skill.
Come on now.
God have mercy on you. Jesus is not here with us as it was that day that he helped the man to put him inside the water. So it's still people that will help you to enter inside that water. Yes. But until you have the system, you have the strategy, and you have the skill by which you are the one who will define it by yourself. Nobody else will come and help you to define it. Your home is your home. You are the one who will define the system. You are the one who will define the strategy on how you receive so that other people can come. It's what you have put in place that people will leverage on to be able to help you. If you don't put anything in place, you can't get help. Yeah. Because whenever you are looking for help, the first thing that they will ask you, so what do you have? That woman, that widow that cried to Elijah to help her, the first question was, what do you have? If you have nothing, you will not get anything. So you have what you are working with. An inner circle is the best place that you can get a working tool that will help in your journey to parent. See, let's leave this pride. The reason why most people are not, they are too proud. And the Bible said, pride goes before a fall. Until when you drop off that your pride and you come into the inner circle, you'll be able to get the tools that will be able to help you. It's at that point that you now begin to meet people that will help you on the way. Until you start that intentional journey. Intentionality, just like my wife said, doesn't happen overnight. It's something you build over time. And the truth is this: your miracle will only meet you when you start taking steps. Miracle will not just come and jump over you. You have to start taking steps intentionally. And as you are taking the step, baby step, one after the other, you now start seeing people that will start to tell you, okay, this is the best way to do it. And because you have already made yourself vulnerable, another thing inner circle did for me, it made me to be vulnerable. Inside the inner circle, you are going to be corrected. And as you are being corrected, don't feel judged. Make yourself vulnerable and receive whatever correction that is coming your way. That way you'll be able to make progress. So I became more vulnerable. At that vulnerability, people were able to tell me, my wife would tell me something and I will accept it. Before, if she tell me, I say, how dare you tell me this kind of a thing? Why who are you to tell me? In my place, you don't tell me that kind of a thing. That is not the way you should say it. There is a way you should say it. But when I became vulnerable, whenever she says it, I'll just go back and sit down quietly and meditate on it. And gradually I started getting help. So you need to become vulnerable, even with those your system, your strategies, and your skills, so that you receive the relevant help that you require to move you to the next phase. Let me stop there so that I don't take so much of our time.
Wow. Woo. Thank you so much. Somebody was asking in the comment section, what is the wind this bus just? It's family joke. Don't bother. Thank you so much.
Understand it.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening. We have 300 plus almost people watching a live stream this morning of Pastor Umeh and the Queen Mother, Auntie Etima Umeh. It's been an amazing, somebody said, the practicality of this session. And I think that for me, that's what is important, being able to get out the very practical things, that some of the things they are sharing today, I haven't heard it. These are people that are very close to me. Yes. But I haven't heard some of the things. I haven't, seen it in the way that they are sharing it. We talk a lot. We discuss a lot of things. And of course, a lot of insights, here and there. I am also learning. And that's the beautiful thing about when you put yourself in the learning system. I am also learning. I'm also that person who can take instruction from this truth. So believe you me, I'm learning a lot just listening. And Tima was saying something but these people are the people that you met before me. Why are you at the back? When she was saying it, I had a huge smile on my face. We had met Pastor Umeh in church. Pastor Umeh was, a spiritual mentor to my husband in church. And I used to just look at Mrs. Umeh that I like, this pastor's wife, why is she having children every day? I used to think that, what is wrong with her? She used to drag children everywhere. Let me tell you, it was smaller member. And I used to just tell my husband, why is she just carrying children everywhere? Why is her life just in everywhere, scattered? I came as a jebo now. You don't get it. So, I just arrived. The day of my wedding, she had a child. I said, is she having children every day? What's wrong with her? Wait until when you reach your turn, you go see her in the day. Like in the palace. And, but somehow, we have, transitioned to, a people that God have actually sent to our lives. And we are very grateful to actually have them in our lives, and very, very grateful to have them do life with us. So it's been, throughout I've been married. I met Pastor Umeh from before I got married. So throughout my married life, I've known this, my big brother, and it's been such a blessing to my husband and I. A blessing that we count on a daily basis. All right. And we are grateful. Thank you so much. Even though my friend is jealous sometimes, 1 or 2 times, but it's okay. She'll be all right. She's always all right. She'll be all right. Yes. She'll be all right. She was talking about dragging her husband, staying. And this thing, when you meet Auntie Etima outside, she's that loving, that amazing. My friend won't even drag you normally. So one day I was saying that, I said, it's like all your power is only inside where your husband is. You fight. I don't know you as a fighter only with your husband. You not become a fighter. I don't understand. Why are you fighting inside? Why are you? Meanwhile, when you meet outside, more amazing. That's how most of you are. My friend have changed. Glory be to God. That's how most of you are. You go, you drag the man outside. You come out like a 1 cent. I'm about to drag you, but let me leave you until next second webinar. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Somebody is saying in the system, what is system, what is structure? Get into the yard. This is not something we can explain today. Let's get into the webinars. Our time is running. Auntie Etima, what will be your top 3 webinars and why will it be so?
Okay, so coach, sorry, I have 4. Don't be annoyed. Sorry, man. The first one would be energy management, energy awareness and management, energy and time, awareness and management. That course came live last year. Somehow I missed it, or maybe I just came halfway in between, or I caught a replay or something. But this year, I said I've not missed not more than 2 webinars this year, maybe when I was on camp. I sat down from the beginning. I say, aha, I got it. So this is it. Because I'm a very boisterous sanguine, if I might say, I didn't know how to manage my energy. And it was a problem. So it affected my business, it affected my ministry. That's why they say parenting is about you, not your child. The webinar was, because if you have not learned how to manage your energy and your time, how can you now help your child? So helping me know when, my energy was up, excuse me, was very, very key. So that was the first one for the year. Then the second one was the skills of extra. The skills of extra. Most of my favorite webinars, are webinars that you can, if you hear them, you know that if you have a teenager, those would be your favorite energies, rather webinars. Just helping, because I know that our children have extra with them. But we need to be able to convert it into a skill. They can be careless about it. I know who I am. What's that our song for worry? I know who I. But that skill, the skill part of it was a lot for me. Then the 10 gates of parenting. In fact, that 10 gates of parenting is my best out of the 4. It's my best because it just exposed to us what the issues were. Do you know something about the gates? About being a gatekeeper? You can be, because coach was saying man your gate, you can stand in front of your gate. You are manning it, but nothing is happening at the gate.
Yes.
So it's not just about being a gatekeeper. It's the activity of the gatekeeper. Knowing when to close, when to watch. That is that activity, because I realized that I'm being a gatekeeper all this while. Gatekeepers that are doing nothing. Gatekeepers that are unaware. Gatekeepers that are inactive. You can be an inactive gatekeeper. Have you not seen it in some places you go? You can be an inactive gatekeeper. Somebody will just be at the gate. So people are passing, going. The gatekeeper is just there. Just watch. Does not know when to say, hey, move back. Gatekeeper must be able to speak, must be able to. An active gatekeeper. That's what that class did for me. I knew for sure after the class which gates I was manning, we were manning, which one we were not. It was so clear. That class was a defining class. In fact, that class was even an answer to something that I needed to do in the girls' hall. And that's one thing that the inner circle has done for me. It has made me a better coach. There's one program we do in the girls' hall. It's home management. It's my husband and I. It's actually his project, because he's the one that knows how to clean and clean and clean. If you see the way the girls love that thing, I'm just like, Uncle Marty is just the one that's just clean, and people will be all right. So, listen to that webinar and understanding. So I've had an idea of those things, but it didn't come to me as one, like we say in our friendship circle. It didn't come to me as one. Yes, I knew that there was in fact, after that, we found out that our children had sneaked around and used back door. They left the gate where I can see them. They went to the back to go on Snapchat. What was that thing? Snapchat. We had meeting. By themselves, they deactivated. Before, if you catch them, they'll just log out. This one, they deactivated it completely. Why? We didn't just say, hey, off it. That's not what we did. We brought the proper, as in, so that them too, they will understand that this gate I'm opening, this is what I'm opening it for. A flood will come and swallow me. The lions will come. So that class brought a lot of, in fact, that's the class that if you come to me for counseling and you're in the inner circle, if you don't listen to that class, I will not talk to you. No, I'm sorry, you go back. You see that class? You will go and listen, because I need you to understand. I can be talking to you and you'll be telling me, Ma, you don't understand. You are the one that don't understand. Go and listen to that class first, so that when we start talking about the gates of the internet, like now we have a course for girls, the internet sense course for girls. It is coming. So I've been trying to do that course for a long time, and I told coach about it. But there was still something I needed. That word was gates. Gates. That course now, as we speak, we're going to hit more than 1,000. Because that's the problem we're having now. The internet is a gate, and we're looking at it and saying, my daughter needs to do assignment. Hello. We're talking about a gate that can give your daughter access to evil. Evil, face-to-face evil. What are we talking about? So all those, I don't know how to. I'm not sure how she will take that class, that webinar, just reset everything for us. And then, of course, finally, the class on creating an implementation plan, because that brought alive to us, how we needed to bring in systems into our parents. So those are my furthest.
Okay, Pastor, is that your first or you want to add?
I have, the gates. There's something I needed to say about these gates.
This particular
gate.
Particular gate.
But on each time I say this webinar about gates. You see, the Bible says something. It says, lift up your head, O ye gates, and set up ye everlasting door, that the King of glory can come in. The only thing that is permitted to come into your gate is glory.
Jesus.
It's not shame. In fact, the day you were talking about that gate, I just sat down on my seat quietly. And that was what the Holy Spirit was ministering to me. The only thing that is permitted to come into your gate is the King of glory. And when he comes in with glory. So whatever you need to do to secure your gates, that shame doesn't come in, you must do it by all means. And those 10 gates that were read out, those are the things that actually make people to attract the wrong things into their gates. And the form of the things that bring shame. Because when you make the wrong choice, it will bring shame. You take your child to the wrong school, it can bring shame, even destruction. You decide to associate with the wrong friends. A companion of fool. He didn't say they will be fools. No, he said they will be destroyed. He said if you a companion with wise, you'll be wise. Why did he not say a fool? If you come with fool, you become a fool. But he said you'll be destroyed. So if you take the wrong friends, it will lead to destruction. And then the electronic gate, if you open the wrong electronics device to children, or even in your family, it will lead to destruction. Independence, you are giving them to move around without control, is equally a problem. So all the 10 gates that were read out, if you decide to ignore those gates and allow and open them as a watchman by the gate and allow those things to come in, the ultimate of it is destruction, shame, Another webinar is Seasons of Life by our dear coach, Omolala. Now, in fact, when she was teaching that Seasons of Life, I said, if you go through any season of your life, and at the end of the day, you don't come out with anything from that season, you have wasted that season. Seasons come with their own lessons. You learn the lesson from those seasons and improve yourself. If you are in this season this year, and next year the season still makes you at the same place, you have failed. So seasons are meant to come, learn your lesson from those seasons and improve. So we have our own different season that comes in life, different times. Learn the lesson and move on. Another one is the skill of extra. If you don't do things with extra touch, nobody, in fact, like you said during that webinar, extra is part of the things that the gift that kings have. You can't sit with kings. You can't sit in the palace if you don't have the gift of extra.
Extra.
What attracts people to you is the extra that you have to give.
Yes.
People will not be attracted when you don't have anything extraordinary you are adding to anybody.
Yes,
So I will encourage anybody that is here hearing me today to go and build on whatever they add extra to what you have. Don't just do things ordinarily the way others are doing it. What makes you stand out is when you are doing things in an doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way. That will make you stand out. And finally, the one I would like to add to it is rest as a skill. Most of us think we are resting, but we are not actually resting. We are worried. You think you are sleeping. You are not sleeping. You are not resting, even in that your sleep. Lions are chasing you. You are jumping from one place to the other, moving from one tree to the other. So it's important that we learn how to rest as a skill, because the Bible says, in quietness and in rest will God return to you. If you are not in your resting place, you are not in quietness, there is no way anything that you are learning will ever add value. So I would like to stop there.
Amazing. Who else caught Rema? Somebody said that, pastor just throwing left. That's how we listen. That's how we carry book. When anybody is talking amongst us in our circle, everybody is carrying book and writing. We don't, if you want, carry pride on your head and be walking about. We're not proud about anything. We learn on the move. As you're talking, my book is there. I've written one page of my book. As you are talking, we are writing, we are learning. There are some things you will learn, you will hear. You heard Anjetima saying, I was teaching in that class and she just got boom. What do I do for this class in the girls? I'm sure that a lot of people are wondering what the Girls Hub, it's about. The Girls Hub is an accountability system for girls. My daughter is Girls Hub number 001 member. When Girls Hub, in fact, Girls Hub is life to me. Every time I think about Girls Hub, I told Auntie Tima even before it started, I wish there was something like that for those of us. I'm sure that a lot of people who are listening to me who think or who wished that there was something like Girls Hub around when they were growing up. One day, I think it was myself and Coach Omolala that said, I think we should enter Girls Hub. Let us go and yeah, I listen to the class. When my daughter is around and she's listening to class, I'm actually in the class. Sometimes I finish listening, I'm giving Auntie Tima feedback from the class. I'm in one corner, pretending that I'm doing something. I'm listening to the class. I want to hear. I want to learn. There are so many things. Talk about somebody who can, deal with girls. And Chetima didn't even know. I told her. I met her and I knew that she was a girls master. I don't know how. She just knows how to put girls together. I don't know how she does it. But believe you me, it is something, I just see that it's a gift. Sometimes we're in a place, we travel a lot together. And then she just goes, and then she's talking to her. I say, how do you get to a point of getting these girls to this? I don't know. I think the thing fascinates me. Like, I tell her even when we're together, it's fascinating to me. It's something I can't do, honestly speaking. I don't have the skill. I don't have that gift. I just see young girls, and I'm like, I don't understand. How do you get there? So if your daughter is not in the Girls Hall, Maka, why? Like, are you
Why?
really kidding me?
Why
Like, are you
now?
kidding me? Please take them to the girls' hall while you take your two left legs into the inner circle. Auntie Etima, talk to me about. Auntie Etima has a book that I recommended for a parent recently. The Magic of Chores. Because I was privileged to see, that book even before it was printed. I was like, this is it. I don't have a daughter who struggled with chores. In fact, when Auntie Etima was asking me, she was like, I say, but I know that this is a big deal. It's a big deal. Escapism of, everything and all of that. And the woman came back to me and said, my daughter read that thing and she was like so glad. And then the things that can happen to your children, reading self-development book early can actually change their lives. It's not just what's the name of that one? Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diaries.
Let your children read something that is going to really, build them. Self-development that's the only thing that builds you, not even degrees. You can have all the degrees and never be built. And Fatima, what would be your top 3 books? Just name them. Don't name more than 3. It's okay.
I'll not name more than 3.
What's the problem?
In no particular order. Discipline is not an emergency, because I used to be that person that was quick on the spot. It has counter effect, especially on teenagers. You need to have that. You need to know what you're saying. You need to come with higher knowledge. Don't come with sentiment. If you come with sentiment, my children will take you down. They will give you their own knowledge too. And you're like, Mommy, it will counter it. So that's part of why it's not an emergency. You need to actually ask yourself a lot of questions and all that before you come. Coach, I should not talk too much. Your family plan for godly dating and courtship and marriage. This one, I was the one that said, Coach, if you don't print it.
Yes, she was one of the people that dragged me. As soon as that class finished, they called me.
Just Kukuma get permission.
And distribute. I said,
I will Kukuma get permission, as I've always been getting. Recently, I said to you, Coach, when we went to Warri, that I thought it was going to be for my 3 children alone, but I want to see how I can work on this thing and use it as a tool for my girls. Because I spoke to one of my senior girls when we went to Warri. She found me out and came to the hotel, and I just saw that this 18, 19, these people that I did not see their age in the Bible, 18, 19, 20, that just feel that, we're not adults. They're the ones that need guidance the most. I know how many girls have had to help to break relationship with married men. I know how many girls have had to break relationship with the wrong people. Like, it's obvious, it's wrong. But I need this this is a system, so that I'm not just telling them, hey, it's not good, it's not good. I need to read that. So this is a book for redirection. It's a book I'm going to use it to create something that a girl can use and say, okay, I have a tool in my hand. I have a quick checklist, So this is why this is the second. But then my best of the best is this. You know that is this. You know that is this. But you know the funniest thing about this book, Coach, because I didn't read it when everybody else was reading. I read it after. I realized that this book's title is supposed to be Raising Yourself with Sense. So the girl here is you. My third, I read it, I was embarrassed because I was at the head. I have one.
Makes sense.
Yes. I have one for the girls called The Girl with. Somebody even still called me yesterday about that book. He said, I just read this book. I need to talk to you, man. Now. But when I was reading this, I was like, okay, let me check. And I realized that every single page was for me. So the girl is you, ma. This the girl. Check it out now. Check it out. Your worth, your ability to make critical decisions, how you're putting work. Sometimes we act like, those of us that work, act like I'm bringing something to the table. Ma, you're bringing something into your life. You're not doing it for your husband. This concept of, at least I'm not a body. It's for yourself. Yes. Because the dignity and pride that comes with hard work. Who gets it? Is it your husband?
I
Is it your
wonder.
husband? Is it your family? Is it not you? So this raising a girl says raising yourself with sense. Raising yourself with sense for yourself by yourself. Do you know that if you do what is in this book, you don't need to talk too much to your daughter.
Mm.
You can see all this long preaching. Once you can raise yourself with sense, your daughter will just read you as a book.
Mm.
Read you as a book. She'll read you. That raising her with sense is you. She will just be reading you, and that's how she's being raised with sense. So you become, and it was a humbling book. Honestly, it was a humbling book. It was a book I said, coach, this book is for us. It's not for the girl. It's not, it's for you. Your whole money, how you're supposed to pick, the field over the bed, everything, every principle here was for me first before I will now talk about how to read. Because you know that your daughter can raise herself with sense, right? Yes, she can now. If she goes to get the wisdom, the knowledge, get a mentor, read books, she'll become a girl with sense now. How about you, the mother? Are you going to have a girl with sense without having sense? How are you going to have a girl with sense and you don't have sense? So please go back and reread this book and understand that the sense is first for you before your girl.
Amazing, Pastor.
Okay.
Why do you have 4 books? I don't understand.
No, I'm not going. I will not call 4. I will not do like the other yadas that will say it's the raising series. my own is not raising series. I'm not raising series. I think the first one that really touched me was the connect to correct. That was one of the first that I ever went through. Connect to correct. You can't correct anybody who you don't have any relationship with. Before you can correct anybody, you have to first build a relationship with that person. If not, whatever you are saying, it will just come inside this ear and come out from the other ear. You will just waste your energy for nothing. So you first learn how to connect with that person before you can even start the process of correction or parenting. How to love your child more. You see, part of the things that brought me into the inner circle, I did not share the testimony. By myself, I came into the inner circle when we had that parenting conference, father's conference, that says, Daddy, where are you? You can actually be around
and not be there.
And not be there. They will just see you are just occupying a space as a father, but you are not a father. So part of the missing link was to learn how to even love those children that God have given to you. So this book, How to Love Your Child More, helped me to understand how I'll be able to come down at their level based on their different love languages. Every child is unique in its own way. So you have to understand how you will love A, love B, and love C. For those people who have plenty children, like 7, 8, 9, and 10, too, I don't know how you want to do it. But thank God, some of us, we have just a few. It's even so difficult for us to now start understanding each of them and know how to love them. Then the last one is discipline is not an emergency. You have to start planning on what way you have to discipline them before the event happens. And if at all you have not planned, when it happens, don't start dishing out that correction at the spot, so they will not see you as being unfair or wicked. You might need to go back and re-strategize on how to make out that discipline to them, so that they will see it, that what punishment you are giving to them versus the offense they committed, they are equal and the same. And not that you are meting out discipline on the spot, where the discipline is now opposite of the crime that has been committed. That child will see as wicked. And when the child see you as being wicked, You are wicked to the child the first time, the second time, the third time, they will detach.
Yeah.
So discipline is not an emergency for me. It's one of my top 3.
Amazing, amazing. If you're listening to me, you're listening to Pastor Umeh and Auntie Tima, aka the very Queen Mother. They are the founders of the Girls Hub. The Girls Hub is an accountability system for girls only. I love it because, yes, the Girls Hub. You know, when Auntie Tima was talking about raising the girl with sense, so when this book came out, so our son, he's a commenter. He's the one that comments on every book I write. No, he's the one that will come and say, "Wow, mommy, you now boss too. Come on now." This guy, almost 4 books at a time. He has all the slant. And then he sees this book, Raising the Girl with Sense. He said, "Wow, Ife is gonna have sense. Come on now." What's that? He said, "No, he's raising the girl. Which girl again do we have in the family? This is the girl. She's gonna have sense." Mommy wrote this book for you. He almost put me in trouble. Mommy wrote this book for you because you don't have sense. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Theo, where is this coming from? Can you stop? Honestly. And really, it is when I wrote this book, I actually wrote it in the thing of getting back to you, not just your daughter. And like Auntie Tima said, when you become, your child will naturally become. I'm Pastor May. I almost said Uncle Matthew. That's what my children calls him. So of course, I'm just going to say Uncle Matthew. So yes, Uncle Matthew, tell us. Some fathers are listening. Your fathers are listening to us, and you know they are wondering. My wife have been talking to me anyhow because of that. I'm not going to come in. He said, "Sir, do you have any advice for this set of fathers before we go?"
Fathers, the assignment, no matter how your wife is talking to you, just take it. You see, there's something when people give you an opinion, whichever way they express it, it's up to them about you. The opinion might be harsh, it might be soft. What you just need to do is to just take it in good faith and then go back and find a way to walk around it so that next time when they are giving you the opinion, it will not be harsh. Now, the assignment of parenting was given first to the father. In fact, basically to the man, not to the woman. And when God is going to come to ask about those children, he will not ask the woman, no, it's you, because the children are bearing your name. The sons of Eli, when God came, he did not look for Eli's wife. It was Eli God was looking for. Most of the people in the Bible, when you hear God asking for their children, he's not asking the wife, it's the husband, the father that God is asking for. So for those men who are not here, I need you to join the inner circle so that you can have superior knowledge. It was because of my wife dragging there. In fact, one day after that fathers conference, that I now said to myself, I said, wait, so these are part of the things that this woman is hearing that is making her to drag me. Like, me too, I want to go in. Let me even go and hear, so that this argument and then forcing things on my throat, down my throat, will stop. So I humbled myself and came into the inner circle. So you too, as a man listening to me, you need to swallow your pride, come into the inner circle and learn, so that that wife of yours that is dragging you can stop dragging you. Because if you are not learning and she's learning, she's growing more than you are. It's not just about parenting alone. When you come into the inner circle, you grow. Just like I said in my opening remark, I've found out of late that women are now advancing at quick succession, even more than men. At a point, I was saying to my wife, I think me too, I need to become a mastermind, a masterpiece.
I told coach,
masterpiece man.
I told coach, stop it.
I need to become a masterpiece man.
Yourself.
Me and your son, Coach Ebuka, will become masterpiece men. Because these women are just throttling and going and flying. So we too, we need to join, we become the masterpiece men. So men too need to come into the inner circle. Once you are in the inner circle, you will gain superior knowledge that is going to help you not only in parenting, but in every aspect of your life. It will transform your business. It will transform your relationship with every other person around you. Even as a minister, it will help you to even do the work of the ministry even better. So I encourage not just only any random, but pastors. You need to be here, because if your home fails, your assignment as a pastor has failed. In fact, there are some of the things that when they in the code of pastoral ethics that they will say, if you are failed in your marriage, in fact, you deserve a suspension. They should even send you out of being a pastor. Pastors need to be here. All men need to be here so that they can parent their children very well. Because once your children are successful, the society will see you as a success. If your family is successful, the society will respect you and see you as a success. But once you're a failure in your home, people will see you as a failure, a capital failure. Nobody wants to associate with you that you cannot take care of your home. What are you here to tell us? So men, encourage us. The door of the Inner Circle 2026 is gradually closing. I think we have about 11 more days to go. So please, men, enter the ark. Noah was the one who brought his family into the ark.
Yes.
God gave the assignment to build the ark.
Inside that ark that is closing.
Inside the ark that is closing. So it's we men, not the women. We are the ones who are meant to build the ark and bring our family into the ark. The truth is this: the great flood here, the flood of social media, the flood of immorality, all manners of flood has been opened. Is the men that are meant to build the ark that will bring their family in, so that they will be safe from this flood that is ravaging the earth today. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Who is speaking in tongues with me? Come on now. When we are done, me and my friend will go and gossip pastor. You want?
Yes, will. I've seen some pointers. Men that brought, I think TV see it like that. The men, and it's true. The man that brought his family. We will just follow. No.
Bring in the men.
I can see Coach Chukwemeka, our money coach, say, more men, please. Yes, please. I'm so excited. In the last few days, I'm having more men, pastors. I just hear I'm the living faith pastor of this person, and I'm seeing more men in the inner circle. Let us come in our drones. It's our responsibility. Auntie Tima, somebody is there, and the person is still dragging their husband like a generator. Please, speak to them before we leave.
Please sit down and create a system, analyze it critically. Check. See, this thing does not work by shouting. It works by culturing.
Yeah.
I learned that from the couples conclave.
Yes,
conclavites. That's what the women learned. You learn, and I know my husband will be hearing this for the first time. You culture them, and you don't culture them harshly, angrily, fightingly, blackmailingly, threateningly. No, you culture them systematically. You navigate your way into it. You do it in such a way that he just comes. Men fear judgment. Men resist violence. I also didn't want my husband coming in and just wondering what's going on here. I wanted him to own it. Okay, so you do it. The moment you fight, you lose. So you lose before the battle begins.
Yes.
So take it easy. It might not everybody's husband might come in 2026. However, some of them might come in 2027 already cooked. Why? All the other things. You have gotten them involved. Some of them, you still have 11 days. Some of you, a lot of us can still culture our husbands in these 11 days. You can say something like, okay, honey, you know what? You'll not be under pressure. This is how we'll do it. We can listen to it. See, men love to do things together with their wives. That's one thing I realized. Sometimes the reason why your husband is running is because he feels like you just want to, like now, Pastor has said, is the men that bring you are the ones supposed to be bringing us into the ark. You're not going to You now run. The man will now run.
Arrogance of knowledge.
The man will now run away because he feels like you want to dump it on him. Just let him know that, see, I know that you are like, for my husband, he works anytime. Once you just highlight his strengths, you have gotten my husband. And my colleague, you know that this thing, and you are very, me, I don't even know this one as much as you. Oh yeah, just if you are doing like this, me, I'll be supporting you like this. You know, once you come in with that, that posture, your husband will cooperate. He feels like you're just dragging him to take his place, and you are reminding him that he's failing to take his place.
Yeah.
Do that. Don't do that. Just say, honey, see, like when I told my husband, say, honey, see, this girl, all this long talk I'm talking, you just use one line. You know this. If I put your hand here, do he was just happy to do what he knew would not be a stress to him. Something that, so like coach will say, come from strength to weakness.
Yeah.
You can't be painting his weakness to him, then you now want him to jump into the inner circle. In the name of the inner circle will help you become. No.
Just like that.
No, not just like that. The inner circle is going to help you be your best because already you're good at these things. Without, you will just begin to do it so stresslessly, and you see, that's it. And he will see that he will just delve into it. So it takes a lot of tact, a lot of wisdom, I honestly, a lot of men can still join us.
Yeah.
A lot of men can still join us. Just let him know that, look, it's not going to affect your work, because you know men and their work. It's not going to affect your work. Instead, there's a grace that will come on you, that your work will just be throttling. The kind of joy that comes when you get a good report about your child. Do you know what that will translate in millions? Nobody's going to be like, Abby? Yes, now because you have a lot of peace, and that attracts blessings. That's it. So use those kind of phrases instead of saying, hey, oh, I'm the one. You have left me. You have left your place. You see, once you start all those, you have left your place. I'm taking over. Is that how it's supposed to be? That's not what God said. That's not, all those things. Counterproductive. Counterproductive. So please, tact, wisdom, skill, culturing. Very key.
Thank you so much for joining us, and Pastor and Queen Mother Conclavite. In fact, Queen Mother is the present committee lead. We are loyal to your government, ma. For the next couples conclave retreat, we're very loyal, ma. Whatever it is that she brings. Well, yesterday she called that she teaching instructions to the master conclavite, and then master conclavite said, "No, he said, sir, it's not going to work." I just tapped my husband. I said, please, you are under authority in this place. My husband said, okay. That's it. Say, okay, ma, can we go? That's how we are. Anybody who is at the end of affairs, we move. There's nobody rebelling anywhere. And I just love it. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, you heard Pastor Matthew Umeh, aka Uncle Matthew, aka my very big brother. And yes, and you want to, aka my husband. You know, in fact, when people talk about, you know, say, who will you call us? I'll just go and call Pastor Matthew, sharp. And then my husband will just put, I say, this is so good. Come on now. It plays dual, triple, multiple roles in our lives. And, you know, it is something that we do not take for granted. Spiritual mentorship, whatever, big brother mentorship, whatever it is that we need, he has all of it to deliver to us. And even come and give me a shoulder to cry on. Yes, he heard me right. He will deliver it to me without this woman will even look back. He has arrived at my office. So one of those days, pastor was in my office. My friend was calling me. And I was like, that pastor came to fix something. He said, he has arrived. He has reached. I just had a good laugh. I'm like, yes, my brother has come to help his sister. Please. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. It is such an honor to have you here. And of course, that you know that I love you. I honor you in my life. Thank you so much. I appreciate you in our lives. And Auntie Etima and Pastor May are both the founders of Girls Hub. Girls Hub is a system you want to put your girls in. And shout out to my best girl anytime, any day. Yes, shout out to you, Mrs. Umeh. I don't joke with this woman. No. So anything, go try to joke with her, I shall come for your head. So don't stick it. And I'm unapologetic about it, please. Thank you so much for being here. It is such an honor to have the both of you. Of course, you know that I love you, man. I honor you. And thank you so much for always being here. All right, I'm going to let Auntie Etima and Pastor go. It's a 2-hour webinar. If you want,
Hey.
go back and go and listen to the webinar. Be on your own. And if you want, don't join the inner circle. And Tetima, your last words, one word.
See you December 1, 2025.
Awesome. Sir.
We are waiting for all of you. It's good to be in a system that will hold you accountable. And once you are in that system, every other thing begins to fall in place. So see you December 1, 2025.
Yes.
Thank you so much. See you. Thank you so much. Let me let them go and do their work because my friend is inside. They are inside girls' hub on body. Take your girls. Don't come to me. Oh, come and say, my girl, I don't understand what's happening. Take them to girls' hub, please, before you complain. Then we can take it from there. Thank you so much for being here. We will let
Thank you,
Bye.
Coach.
Bye.
Bye.
So you just watched Pastor Umeh and Queen Mother. Yes, and it is such an amazing time to listen to this. And trust me, I feel so honored. You know, when people say, oh, the prophet is not known in his hometown. No, that's not my case. I have been privileged and greatly privileged to have my people, as in follow to the later, as in these are people that will be able to see, all right, the things that you do on a daily basis, and yet be able to follow the instruction system that we have. And trust me, it is such an honor, and I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for being here. Somebody said, let's have girls of contact. All right, just send a message to any of these numbers, and I'm sure that the team will also drop it for you in the comment. All right, team, please just help us. You can drop the admin of Girls Hub right in the place, so you can drop and take Tima's number. Thank you so much for being here. And it's been an amazing time listening to the journey of the Umeh. Amazing journey. The truth of the matter is that nobody will be able to have everything chronicled in their lives. And Tetima could even share how the inner circle affected the systems in the Girls Hub and the things that she's been able to do on her own journey. All right, you can see the number in the comment, all right, of Girls Hub. You can pick it up there and reach out to them if you so wish. And yes, the inner circle is that space. And Tetima said something. Don't go ranting and telling your spouse, oh, the inner circle is just come, you just, no, you can actually go and let your spouse know that they can make you. I have seen inner circle make people. And I have seen inner circle, transform everything that people have done, all right? I saw the girls all built. I saw it transform. I saw it, the inner circle being a strong anchor. You can learn the things you have here and translate it. And Tetima said something. She said, I was listening to a webinar and the thing I needed to teach came alive. And today I have almost 1,000 girls in that system coming in to just come and learn. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching almost 2 hours of your time. I am particularly grateful for all of you. I can't wait for 1st December. 11 days to go. Yeah. What the Lord has laid in my heart for you is something you can't even begin to think. I cannot wait. Honestly speaking, we started, the team do preparation for 1st December. Yes, you heard right. Because it's our new year. We are going to be doing pictures. We're going to be doing, So let me tell you something humorous before you go. So a few days ago, I was seeing Tife Snachi on my intentional parenting journey, interviewing somebody. I was checking. 1 hour, 30 minutes. He was standing almost 2 hours. I said, the length of time. And I was like, the thing is hot. And this morning, I was saying in my mind, I was like, 2 hours. This thing is hot. So yes, thank you so much for being here. And it is. Somebody said, I'm yet to receive the book during Flash. Don't worry, you will get your book. That's not a problem, and that's not a matter. It is we love that you want that book. All right. We love that you want that book. That's and it's our core responsibility to ensure that book reaches you. It will reach you, all right, provided you have follow the instruction you're supposed to follow. All right. Emeka Auditor said, pray for men. Our strong head needs prayer. We're already praying for you. And trust me, the prayers have gone ahead of you. So 11 days. Inner circle is just 140,000 naira for a single slot. If you're a single person coming in, you pay 140,000. If you're a couple, you pay 220,000. And you will be here There is no, our payment must be complete before 1st of December. Our registration is once a year. We've been shouting it. Any registration after the 1st cannot hold. It's impossible. You can't get in. Inner Circle shuts down from that 1st. We start our induction at 6 p.m. Once induction is live, you cannot get into the Inner Circle. And it's all because we just want to, feel there are too many things you need for you to prepare. So if you missed it this year, you need to stay next year till December 1st. Ask people. People have waited from 2nd December till December 1st of the next year. Not because we just want you to wait, but because we understand that this is something you need, right? And if you're going to need it, there is a system that you must pass through, not just anyhowness. We're not just interested in your money. We want your transformation. So come along. Your transformation is sure. See you tomorrow at my intentional parenting journey. Funny enough, I don't even know who is coming tomorrow. Today, yes, I didn't even know who was coming today until I woke up in the morning and I saw the flyer. I was like, come on now. This is so amazing. I look forward to having you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Don't miss it. My intentional parenting journey is slowly winding down. And before you know it, this is done. And the only thing you can use to hold this thing is being in the Inner Circle. Join now and don't miss, your line. We are now on body court. Why? As soon as we are done with the Inner Circle, doesn't, we have quite a number, of people coming in. Please register now so that you'll be seated in your cohort. The slots are almost going off. See you right in the yard.
Common phrases in the Inner Circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an Inner Circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the Inner Circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP police is coming for you. There's no anyhowness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard.
Why not?